family. It is I, Aaron. I am back again. I know it's been a while. I been going through my life journey as well. Me personally, my life journey recently has been an emotional test where anger, frustration, rage, there comes a point in life where your your emotions will be tested. Certain situations are going to happen, and how you react to them, that's important as well. But today we have, tonight we have some hot topics. We're going to talk about people pleasing, bearing witness, and anybody who have any questions, throw them out there. And for those of you who are new, welcome to the channel. I talk about a lot of different things, especially when it comes to narcissism. It's very prevalent in the world today. And I just want to show my love to each and every one of you all for supporting the content and those who are always tuned in whenever I have something uploaded or whenever I go live. I appreciate you all too. I understand not everybody has a time in the day, but you all make time in the day to actually hear what I have to say. So I appreciate that. E-baby. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Suzanne. Suzanne, good to see you. Blessings to all, and Aaron for everything. Oh, blessings to you too. Yeah, like I said, I thank you all for finding value in what I have to say and things like that. Because the world is heading in a crazy direction, and not sure what the results are gonna be in the near future, but we'll see. Right? Time to get something to drink. So let's talk about people pleasing. When you are born as an empath, when you have that light that resides within you even from birth, gifted by the cosmos, a lot of times people will train you to tend to their needs. It's like we grew up in a life where we neglected our own needs. Our lives was dedicated to services of other people, whether it was strangers, family, friends, ex-lovers. We've dedicated our time and energy supporting their visions, supporting their dreams, supporting their goals, right? A lot of times we sacrifice so much just trying to please people. Sometimes, even when we knew that person was wrong, we held our tongue. We didn't just go out there and just retaliate, even though there was times where we wanted to say something back, and sometimes we did say something back. But we knew that there's a certain way you have to deal with people, especially those who try to turn you into their slave, because the world today has a lot of control freaks, and they get a thrill from controlling people, is what I'm saying. What they do is they'll target the youth. They'll target you if you're an empath and you're young. People see you as, oh, this person don't have any idea of who they are, so let me try to mold them and shape them into something that benefits me. There's people out there that are opportunists like that. You know, it's like they look for the ones who are clueless about who they are, what is their purpose, you know, why do they get treated so differently. It's like when you're clueless and you don't understand these things, it's better to know than to not know, because when you don't know, you're liable to get caught up in some traps or snares. But a lot of times, in order for you to know, you have to go through the traps and snares and the people pleasing and the bending over backwards for people who just so selfish. They just want selfish gain. That's all they care about. You know what I'm saying? That is all they care about. Let me see. Blessings to all. Okay, Suzanne said, no worries. The Most High Yeshua Mashiach will take care of the earth angels. That is why we are set apart. Right, right, Suzanne. Right, exactly. Right. Look for the kind and naive also. Right, that's what they do. They always look for the kind and naive. Right. E Baby says, that's so true. They seek people who they feel are impressionable. Right, right, exactly. Paul Benito. Oh, Paul, what up? What up, brother? Bubba Martinez, what up? Glad y'all can come through. I'm just talking about people pleasing because we've been trained in an environment where if you didn't do what you were told, you got shamed for it, you got ganged up on, you had flying monkeys targeting you. Well, why you ain't doing this for your auntie, huh? Okay, but we young, so we didn't really combat that like we should. But sometimes you be like, okay, why should I always be the one to go help auntie take her to her doctor's appointment? How come y'all can't do it? Why? How come I got to do it all the time? You know what I'm saying? You see how messed up that is? That's why a lot of times, as an empath and a chosen one and a bearer of light, you live a life where you have to most of the times be on your own, or your circle has to be really small, because growing up you were just taught to just please people. If somebody, if you don't do certain things for people, then you consider the lame, you consider trash. Now I get it. A lot of people in the world think, yeah, we gotta live life, and we gotta live life how we want to live it. But to me, if you ask me, there's a certain way to live life. You can't just live life any kind of way and expect not to get any type of consequences. You know what I'm saying? So it's like us growing up, we were scared to say no to people, but then we was in situations where we had to like reevaluate ourselves. Like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have went to that party with my homeboy or my homegirl, because when I went there, I got too drunk and I threw up and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like we had to learn the hard way by going through certain situations that made us uncomfortable. We had to go through situations that made us uncomfortable. You know, as time goes on, and as the years go by, and as we get older, we realize that we have to be careful of what we do, where we go, how we say things, how we react to things. Um, because even the Most High doesn't, I mean, according to the Bible, the Most High doesn't really love everybody like that. It's only specific chosen ones, the Most High's children, pretty much. Those are the what you consider the underdogs. Been been people pleasing all their life, been servants all their life, made so much sacrifices. Sacrifices that are not known on TV or written in history books. But that goes to show you that at the end of the day, chosen ones and empaths are levels above the average. Why? Because of the kind of heart, because of the kind of character, because of the kind of love. It's not that love don't come that often. Chosen ones' loves don't come that often. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Suzanne says, we hip now and learned these attractions. Right, right, right. Bubba says, yeah, I was just talking about that. Yeah, yeah. What goes around comes around. Right, Paul. Right. Exactly. Narcs can get aggressive when you say no. Right, right. That's exactly where I'm coming from, you baby. Like, we have to be comfortable with telling people no, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? We have to be so comfortable with telling people no. And if they don't like it, they don't like it. Because at the end of the day, You have the power to say no, you have the power to say yes. A lot of situations that we make, sometimes our decisions determine what happens and what don't happen. We just have to recognize that power within our hands and not be so quick to be like, well, if I don't do this for this person, they're not going to look at me the same. They're not going to hang out with me the same. They wasn't your friend anyways. They wasn't your girlfriend or boyfriend anyways. You know what I'm saying? Telling people no can really weed out a lot of people. Believe it or not, can weed out a lot of people. As Suzanne says, definitely me before, not now. I learned the hard way too many times. Right, right. Bubba says facts. Right, y'all. You know, so basically, that's why like I said before, you all are levels above the average, okay? That's why our journey and walk is unique. Sometimes we experience a lot of delays. Sometimes we experience a lot of adversity. Uh, you not to me, you can be a real chosen one if you haven't had your name slandered for doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Or haven't been attacked for just trying to be helpful. You know, a lot of chosen ones had to experience these kind of things where the world hated you. A lot of times they watch everything you do. They'll threaten you, but at the same time, they don't want to let you go. It's weird, man. It's very weird. That's why nowadays, as an empath, as a chosen one, you have to really value your presence. Sometimes, if you're invited to certain places, you have to be like, uh, is my presence required in a place like that? And if I show up, how's my presence gonna affect these other people? Because I'm telling you, bro, sometimes you're going to places with people, and the moment you show up, they start moving different. It's kind of like it's scripted in a way. It's like anytime you come around, people just things just change. It's like a whole different scene. People talking to each other different. I'm telling you, bro, it's weird. It's very weird. Let me get my drink. So when it comes down to your presence, recognizing who you are, of course, you have to value your presence. You know, you have to be like, okay, if I go to this place, are these people gonna value my presence, or am I just gonna be the laughing stock or the butt of somebody's joke because they bored and they want to play around and do all kinds of weird stuff? You know what I'm saying? You know, that's why, people like the president, you can't just reach the president. You got to get through certain people to get to him. That's how we got to be. They got to get through certain people to get to you. Right. You're not going to call a business and reach the CEO. You're not going to call, what's a good company? You're not going to call the Walmart CEO just, oh yeah, let's just call the Walmart CEO and make a complaint. No. Shoot, sometimes you gotta have it to where, you know, people have a hard time reaching you, is what I'm saying. Only certain people are allowed to reach you. Random people who just think they could just waltz up to you because they got some entitlement ego issues and they feel like they need to know what you got going on because they want to be all in your business. Sometimes you got to keep them people at bay or keep your boundaries up. So you got to make your time. Somebody trying to spend time with you, especially if somebody from the past that did you dirty. Shoot, you better make that crap expensive. Shoot. But then again, it wouldn't be wise to go back to go mess with somebody from your past that did you dirty. Because obviously they just trying to sabotage what you got going on. That's why I say us with creativity is an amazing thing, because we just, when we, even through all the turmoil, even through all the mess, we just seem to just focus on the task at hand and achieve what we need to achieve. You know, the thing is, what interests you, right? What interests you? What things are you interested in? You know, because I could tell you all day long, hey, yeah, you can be a doctor, but if you're not interested in that, you know, there's some people out there right now that could probably be world-renowned chefs. They can bake, they can cook, but if I go tell them, hey, why don't you get your degree and then become a master chef, it don't interest them, you know. And some people be like, man, they stupid as hell for not taking that opportunity. Blah 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 blah. Well, no, it's just there's certain things that interest people and certain things that don't interest people. What necessarily interests me may not interest the other person, the next person next to me, or and so on and so forth. So what I'm saying today is, y'all try to find your interests, find what you're interested in. Think about the things that you like and how you can expand on that, whether it's music, cooking, writing, you know, whatever, whatever interests you. If you like snowboarding, snowboard, that's it. I don't care if you do it for free or you do it in a competition. If that's what you want to do, as long as it interests you and it's something that you like to do, you feel me? Right. He baby says, yes, be selective. Right. Be very selective because, you know what I'm saying? You have to see your presence in a higher light. You're not some average person. We're not average people. We done a lot of things, seen a lot of things, experienced a lot of things. You know, some of us are going to be elders that, other people are going to look for guidance. You know, some of us going to live longer than we think we going to live. You know, it's our journey, man. Our journey is raising us up one event after another. We just become more advanced, more evolved. It's just that sometimes when you're in it, it's painful sometimes, and it's a test and it's challenging, But that's like any great thing. Before you become great, we always get tested. That's just how it is, y'all. But I want to talk about bearing witness. I want to talk about that real quick. Where basically, each of us are just fragments in a piece of time, bearing witness to certain events that are happening here in this planet. Even through the things that's happening to the news with all these children going missing and slave trades and things like that, and wars going on, and uh, you know, even back then when they had the Great Depression, those people that was alive that had to bear witness to certain things. So our lives here on Earth has a meaning and it has a purpose. We are bearing witness to a lot of events that are happening. We are pretty much uh, like tape recorders or camcorders recording pieces of history, right? Bearing witness to events that are happening. You know, our situations in our journey, uh, a lot of times it had to happen the way it was. Everybody has some sort of story of some sort of thing that they've been through, some worse than others, you know, but it's like we're bearing witness to the evil, the atrocities, the things that happen to us and many other people. And I think that's why Earth Angels are here. We're here to help heal. We're here to help bear witness. Um, and sometimes we have to be the mediator. Sometimes, have to step in and try to resolve an issue between two parties and things like that. You know, but I wanted to, share that with you all. Pretty much, we're recording time in history, seeing different things happen. In the meantime, we're growing and evolving, and evolution is continuous, y'all. Evolution is continuous. There's always new heights we can reach. That's why a lot of times we be like, damn, I'm out of narcissistic abuse. I know what it is now, but it seems like the journey just keeps testing and trying, because there's always room for room for improvement is what I'm saying. There's always room for improvement. It's always a better a higher level to where you're at now is what I'm saying. So our higher selves are always constantly getting higher and higher through our experiences and through the light worker things that we do. All this stuff is adding up. It matters. So when the time comes for judgment, people who bear witness to these events, aka the earth angels, they will be okay. But the people who was out there trying to be evil and wicked and nasty and slick and all this other stuff, you know, their fate has already been decided. However they are, that's just who they are. They're gonna be stuck that way till the very end, unfortunately. You know, but on the flip side, things will improve eventually. We just gotta keep doing what we have to do and not let these narcissists and psychopaths, whoever these people are, try to feed on you. That's why I say be careful of where you bring your presence at, because the vampires are lurking in the shadows. You know, when a light casts out, a shadow is formed, and that's where they dwell, lurking, watching, trying to see where you're at, trying to see your every move. Paul says, it reminds me of what Kobe say: become who you want to be, active what you're in a life. He said, become who you want to be. Right. Become who you want to be, y'all. I usually say, what do you all want to be remembered for? Because we all got to be remembered for something. I'd rather be remembered for something positive than something terrible and negative. That's just me, though, you know. So, pretty much, we're here bearing witness to events. We're helping heal. We're learning new things. Eventually, we'll start teaching others and things like that, you know. And this is just things that I'm seeing, from a spiritual eye, a spiritual perspective. That's all. But those of you who are still healing from narcissistic abuse, my heart goes out to you, because when you're gullible and you don't know and you was a people pleaser, that is when they feed on you, they'll use you, they'll manipulate you, and you think back at all those times that they had you ripping and running from them, making so many sacrifices for them. So my heart goes out to you all, man, if you're still healing from that. Because the person that you dealt with, or not just the persons, the people that you dealt with, those are the children of Satan. Those are Lilith's children. They're serpent seeds. They get a rush from chaos. They get a rush from causing misfortune. Just their presence alone can disrupt your flow of abundance. Next thing you know, uh, your car breaks down, your health breaks down, you in the hospital and stuff. And if you don't have any health insurance, you got to pay for the hospital bill. All because you're around a narcissist. All because you're around a narcissist. That's how serious it is, right? But yeah, y'all. But I just wanted to talk about these few things real quick. I just want to let y'all know that people pleasing is something that we have to break out of. It's okay to say no to people. I understand sometimes we want the best for people and things like that. But sometimes we got to think, that this person try to show me that they want the best for me? I'm over here dedicating my life and energy to them. They're not reciprocating. They're not even trying, but I'm the only one trying. You know what I'm saying? So these are kind of things that I want y'all to think about, because at the end of the day, you have the power to say yes and you have the power to say no. The power is in your hands, in which way, how things, well, I wouldn't say all things, but how certain things should go, right? You determine the outcome, all right? But listen, y'all, I love y'all. Y'all, please be safe out here. And we'll talk again soon, man. I didn't want to chop it up too long. But I appreciate you all for coming through. All right. So I love y'all. Y'all be safe, and we'll chop it up again.